Goofy a Roblox.
Huh? What?
What, dude?
Hold up. What is that?
Bruh. Hey, yo. Bruh.
What is that?
Huh?
Okay.
Hey, yo, what the? Bruh. Yes!
Hold up.
Uh-uh.
Huh?
Bruh. Bruh.
Huh?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. What? What?
A drink.
Dude, that's like $250.
Cody, please bail me out.
Junior, that's all the money I have.
Please, I'll do anything. I'll pay you back, please.
Okay, fine, but the bailout process is gonna take a few hours, so just find something to do.
Okay. What am I gonna do for a few hours?
Hey there, you look cute.
Back away from me! I just saw the new Batman movie and I know all his moves.
I just want to be your friend.
I am vengeance.
Ugh.
Alright, you monster, you somehow made bail.
I did?
Yeah, but you're banned from every movie theater, so I hope it was worth it.
Well, just let me out of here. Thanks for bailing me out, Cody.
You owe me $250.
All right, guys, I have to focus. I have to write this essay.
Well, you better hurry because it's already 9 p.m. and you have to have the essay done before school tomorrow morning.
Look, nothing else is gonna distract me. All I'm gonna do is this essay.
Better, dude.
Oh, my mom texted me.
I didn't know elephants could use a phone.
Oh my god, guys!
She ran out of peanuts?
She lost weight?
No, my Lego Titanic set came in.
What, Lego Titanic?
Yeah, it's a Lego replica of the
What? No, guys, I want to help build it.
No, Junior, you have to write your essay.
Okay, I'll write it as soon as we get done building this.
No, Junior, this is gonna take hours to build.
Not if all three of us work on it. It won't take that long.
No, you're gonna fail.
Did the Titanic fail?
Yes?
Well, I'm not the Titanic. I'm not gonna fail. I'm not gonna run into an iceberg. Guys, I'm gonna help build this. Come on, let's go downstairs.
Alright, guys, look at all these pieces.
Dude, there's so many pieces. How many do you think there are?
I think there's 9,090.
Wait, you counted them already?
No, it says it right on the box.
Oh. Oh man, I thought you were one of those nerds. I mean, you are, but...
Oh, yeah, Cody, you are a nerd.
Okay, guys, what I think we should do is I'll build this part, you build that part, and Joseph can build that part.
Okay, dude, I'm about to get on it.
Yeah, I'll build my part.
Junior, I really think you should start writing your essay.
I really think your mom should lose weight.
Okay, fine. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay, let's build.
And done. Well, guys, we did it. We built the whole Titanic.
It only took us 6 hours.
And hey, look. If you look in this window, you can see Leonardo DiCaprio banging Kate Winslet in the back of that car.
The amount of detail they put in this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep, guys.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a quick nap.
No, Junior, you have to write your essay.
Oh my god, my essay! I totally forgot! Okay, I'm gonna drink an energy drink, and I'm gonna get it done tonight.
Good luck, Junior. I'm gonna go to sleep on your table.
Okay, I just drank 3 energy drinks. I'm ready to stay up all night and write this essay. Nothing's gonna distract me. Okay, so, why is the sky blue? Well, wait. Penelope's calling me? Why is she calling me at 3 a.m.? It must be an emergency. Hello?
Hey, Junior! Me and my boyfriend just broke up. Do you have time to talk?
Yeah, I'm not busy.
Good. I want to tell you about every problem my boyfriend ever had. He was so mean, but he was so
Empanada is not on the stream.
ever had. He was so mean, but he was so hot. It all started a couple years ago in the hallway by the bathroom. bathrooms, he came out the doors looking like a god, and he said, "Hey, cutie," and I died. And he wouldn't answer any of my calls, and that's when he broke up with me. Junior? Junior, are you there? Junior! Junior!
Oh, wow, yeah, that sucks that you and him broke up.
Junior, were you even listening to me?
Of course I was listening to everything you said.
Oh yeah? Then why did me and my boyfriend break up?
Because you have crooked toes?
Oh, now I have to start from the very beginning.
Oh, no, please.
It all started a couple years ago in the hallway by the bathrooms. He came out the door.
Oh,
looking
my
like
phone's
a
dying.
god,
My
and he-
Oh, Jesus. What time is it? Oh, it's 5 a.m. Oh, no. School starts in a few hours. I haven't even started my essay. Oh, I should have gotten distracted. Okay. I can just hire a company to write the essay for me. Yeah, I'm going to call a company to write it for me.
Hey there, Bentejo. Heard you needed an essay. Get it? It's a Spanish joke.
Yeah, I get it. Look, I need you to write me an essay. It's due in 3 hours.
Oh, well, here at Big Shot's Computer Repair Services and Essay Writing Services, we can do that for you. So what's the essay about?
Oh, I need you to write a 2,000-word essay on why the sky is blue.
That's easy. You see, the sky is blue because different colors are diffused by nitrogen and oxygen. But blue is the shortest wavelength of all of them, so it's diffused up to 10 times more. And that's why the sky is blue.
Okay, that's really interesting, but I need you to write it on a piece of paper, and I need you to write 2,000 words and stretch it out.
Oh, I'm really good at stretching things out. That's my mom. I was almost a C-section, but she's built like a tank.
Okay, well, look, just get to writing, please.
Oh, can I type it instead? I'm way better on computers.
Yeah, type it. Do whatever you want. Just get it done, please.
What font?
On the piece of paper, and I need you to write 2,000 words and stretch it out.
Oh, I'm really good at stretching things out. That's my mom. I was almost a C-section, but she's built like a tank.
Okay, well, look, just get to writing, please.
Oh, can I type it instead? I'm way better on computers.
Yeah, type it. Do whatever you want. Just get it done, please.
What font?
On the piece of paper, and I need you to write 2,000 words and stretch it out.
Oh, I'm really good at stretching things out. That's my mom. I was almost a C-section, but she's built like a tank.
Okay, well, look, just get to writing, please.
Oh, can I type it instead? I'm way better on computers.
Yeah, type it. Do whatever you want. Just get it done, please.
What font?
Please.
Oh, can I type it?
Concept. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I have to time that.
What is up, Geometry-Gamers? I'm sure you've all seen GD Colin's video on how Generation Retro is the worst rated level in the game. While he makes some pretty solid points, I personally don't believe the level is that bad. The gameplay, while being mediocre most of the time, I didn't have much issues with it when I played it for the first time. I say this because a fan sent me a DM a while ago asking if I wanted to be even more pissed off at the rating standards this game you all know and love has. It contained the ID for quite possibly the worst level I've ever played in this game, And I stream level requests, so that's saying something. Make sure you subscribe so you can watch me play your levels on stream. Before we start the video, shout out to Excuse Me What, who said, "Hey Fridge Door, are you the rating system? Cause you'll never be fixed." Make sure to comment hashtag AZArmy for a chance to get a shout out in my next upload. Now let's get back into the video. The level I was sent was called Monster Energy, and despite being named after a mass conglomerate's flagship product into the energy drink industry, this level could not be further from mass-produced corporate CP grinding. I say that because no one over the age of 7 would realistically build something like this and genuinely believe it will be rated. I am not exaggerating when I say this level makes me want to commit federal crimes just so I can be locked up and never have to go anywhere near this level again. By now you're probably wondering what makes this level so bad that it makes me want to become a felon. Well, I'll show you. The level begins as a classic generic new RobTop style Jepsoni 4 garbage rust level, which already sets the bar so low that it's underneath the ground. But then we get this. Are you serious right now? These platforms and spikes have no outlines until you already pass them. The only indicator is this little sign here, but it subconsciously tricks me into thinking it's telling me the level only goes downhill from here. After the world's most generic cube gameplay ever, we transfer into playing with balls. Except you might as well play with your own balls, because there's no fun to be had playing with this guy's balls. After that, we get a massive art of the shopkeeper advertising new additions to the shop. This is subliminal marketing to brainwash the impressionable children that make up the Geometry Dash community so that they're more likely to conform to commercialism and the faults of modern society as a whole. This level is a propaganda scheme created by the United States government to get RobTop to trick children into buying more American-made products, which is made clear by the fact that the shopkeeper is very inconspicuously wearing a Trump hat. As you can see, I just died. This level is so bad that it can't even differentiate between platforms and background art, to the point where the path forward is about as clear and readable as a UPC code made out of soap. After I figured out the path forward, I realized it's time for a shit gameplay alert! This is a public service announcement! Ground-to-ground gameplay is really bad for your health! That is why statistics show that the people who have the most birthdays live the longest! In all seriousness, never use ground-to-ground gameplay with the ball or the spider. It flows poorly and is overall a really boring path to follow. Unless justified by sync or just being the level roaming by POC, never use this gameplay. Right after that amazing display of a lack of artistic integrity, we get to the hardcore memory part, where the boys become men and the girls become Juniper. It's one of the most insane memory parts in the history of this game, where only a slight few are able to pull it off. I think you hit the green one. After that top 1 gameplay that Andrew Tate and Kai Guy are afraid of, we get this masterpiece that has Michelangelo rolling in his grave. It's got a lot of depth and meaning behind it, and is even displayed at the Louvre beside the Mona Jello. This artist clearly wanted to make a deep impact by reminding us all that when put into cosmic perspective, the only thing worse than finding a worm in your apple is finding half a worm. After this, we get a standard copyright infringement where the creators blatantly steal RobTop's hard-on-his work and pass it off as their own. I doubt they followed copyright laws and got written permission from RobTop to use his designs. So these guys are going to find themselves face to face with me in Colorado after I committed those federal crimes I mentioned earlier. They did such a bad job at copying RobTop's homework that they cheated on the exam and still failed. If they even put a single calorie of effort into this level, breaking it that badly would not be possible. After starting another run, I died at the generic cube part for a very interesting reason. The air structure, whose only purpose is to fill space, had hitboxes. If anyone who sneezed on this dumpster fire of a level knew the first thing about making a level that doesn't look and play like an abomination by the standards of the recent tab, they would have known that decorations like this should never have hitboxes. After dying to the wave to cube transition about 93,784,002 more times, I got so fed up with the level that I placed a start position. In the next part, my conspiracy theory about government propaganda holds true, as a very poorly concealed spy named Monty is checking in to make sure you've been adequately brainwashed. Fortunately for me, I never had a brain to begin with. After a mental breakdown and a few gay chompies, we come to this wave part with some dummy thick jello cube men booty shaking in the background. If commercialism wasn't enough, erotic dancing was just added to the mix. After braving the underground dance club, completely brainwashed. Fortunately for me, I never had a brain to begin with. After a mental breakdown and a few gay chompies, we come to this deadlock wave and other boring gameplay and an unfair ball gameplay gimmick that is completely unreadable. After yet another start position, I finished off the level. So what do I really think about this level? I firmly believe that the mods who sent this level probably drank a monster and snorted some Smarties before passing out and slamming their nose into the keyboard hitting the send button by accident. Thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you next time.
Hello guys.
The BFDI teams are iconic. What makes these teams so great is how the characters combine with each other. Some teams thrive on friendship, some on hatred, some on balls. But what if these teams had more members? In this video, I'm gonna be creating characters that would fit in every single team. If you're still confused, let's just get straight into it. Let's start off with the two original BFDI teams, the Squishy Cherries and the Squashy Grapes. We can separate the 20 original contestants into two general groups, household objects, like pin, pencil and spongy, and the elementals, fire, earth, water and air. And because the leaders of both teams fit into each separate group, they will both get a new character corresponding to their group. Let's start off with the Squashy Grapes. And I wanted to design a character based on the earth element. And so taking inspiration from this recommended character, I created Sand. The recommended character is actually called Sandy, but I didn't want it conflicting with a certain Texan squirrel. Now for the Squishy Cherries, they're getting a household object character. One thing you gotta remember is that the original 20 are based on very simple objects. And so what's more simple than a potted plant? Or I guess it's just a pot right now, but I think it would be cool if it started growing as the seasons progressed. But we're not done with season 1 just yet. Later in the season, a new team was formed. Team Another Name. So basically what I'm thinking is that this character is gonna be a mixture of both groups. I think I have an idea. So according to Chinese philosophy, unlike the elements we're used to, fire, earth, water and air, they actually have 5 elements: water, wood, fire, earth, and the 5th element, metal. So let's mix the two groups together and create a metallic household object. So that's how I came up with the design for Screw. And as a little extra detail, this is what I think they would sound like.
It just got worse and worse. I was waiting for him to go. I was waiting and waiting. Finally, the miracle happened.
Okay, now we're actually finished with season 1. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Anyways, BFDIA time. If I were to describe BFDIA in 2 words, it would be recommended characters. This season gave us so many beloved contestants that were once merely comments by random people. And to fully appreciate that, all the 3 new characters from WoW Bunch, Team No Name, and Free Smart are all gonna be based on recommended characters. So let's start by paying tribute to the most influential recommender, Blue Jay, who is the recommender of Bombi, the first ever recommended character. So let's take a look at all of the characters he recommended. So there's Cap, which is kinda boring, and Ball is really boring, so I guess we'll just go with box. And to make the design more interesting, my design has the box open, and don't ask what's inside the box. So for Team No Name, I'm just gonna take a completely random recommended character, so let's go with Cupcake. But the colors are kinda hurting my eyes, so let's dumb it down a little, and here's my design for Cupcake. And there's a cherry on top, I added a cherry on top. Okay, that was not funny. Anyways, the last BFDI character will go on Free Smart. This character is recommended by 2 of the most influential recommenders, Blue Jay, who is the first ever recommender, and also Alex Lyon, the recommender of Marker, and the creator of Find the Markers. This character, being Crayon, I picture her as an alliance alternate who thinks she's part of the main alliance, and so to keep her out of the clubhouse of awesomeness, they just pretend she's a security guard. I hope you like my designs for BFDIA, but before we move to BFB, I just wanna say that all of the characters in this video are all completely free to use, but only if you credit me, of course. You can use it for your object show, animations, viewer votings, team what ifs, whatever you want. I have a Google Drive with all the characters in the description if you wanna use them. So let's move on to BFB with 8 new characters. Let's start off with Ions. The BFDI character guide mentions how this team feels more like 2 teams combined, with one part being the main alliance, and the others being Flower, Funny, Snowball, and Lightning. Since we already made an alliance character, let's create a new character for the other sub-team. The requirement is for them to have killed lots of people.
How many people have you killed?
To be able to beat people up for Flower.
I really want Snowball on my team so he can beat people up for me.
Appreciate Flower's beauty.
Ruby on my team because she saw how beautiful I am.
And have a mean and aggressive attitude.
But if she's got that aggressive attitude, then I'll settle for that.
And preferably not be armless.
Fanny not having arms is a real letdown.
Taking all of that into account, I created Boxing Glove, who is not armless. Technically, he has 3 arms. For Team Beep, all of the characters are either people Leafy thinks are her friends, or people she thinks she could help. That's why this character needs to be someone she could get along with, while also having some sort of condition that would make Leafy want to help them. Which is why the character I came up with is Mushroom, which as you can tell has no eyes, but still has a mouth, so Leafy could talk to her. Let's move over to Death Pact, where the only real requirement to join is to be willing to prevent death, so we don't have a lot to work with. So let's get creative. In the scene that Tree joined Death Pact, he said,
I agree, I'm all about life.
The joke is that he is a tree, and trees are alive. So let's base this new character off of another object that is actually alive in real life. The infamous Minecraft crop, wheat. This is actually my favorite character so far, so please tell me if you like it. Moving on to Team Ice Cube, it's pretty messy. Even the official BFDI character guide says that they're a really disorganized team, but one thing is that most of the team is extremely hyperactive. So meet Lamp. He actually has 2 moods. Tired mood, which is just fed up with his team, and happy mood, where he's not fed up with his team. Moving on to the losers. Their only defining characteristic is that they're all fans of losers. So instead, let's think. If we already have winner and loser, the only thing we're missing is the runner-up, who actually already exists as a recommended character, and he looks like this. But let's change up the design a bit. Because loser has arms and legs, and winner has only legs, runner-up is only gonna have arms. Let's soften up the edges, remove the arms, And that's my design for runner-up. Now for a better name than that. My character will be a ball, like golf ball, tennis ball, basketball, and 8-ball, and also be very intelligent.
This is big brain time.
And I actually came up with the perfect character for this team. A globe. It's so simple, but it's just so perfect, okay? Leave me alone. In Team Free Foods case, the team mainly includes characters based on school supplies. So what is a food you eat in school? I'll give you a couple seconds. A bottle of glue. I mean, I thought it was food when I was 8. So it kinda counts, right? Anyways, here's glue. Next up is Team Rescue, and it's a mixture of various conflicting characters. But one tiny theming I was able to find is that all of the characters are either edible or have some metallic element to them. And there's also a book. So I created Can, or Can of Beans, or Tin Can. I didn't come up with a name for it, so let's just call him Robertson. Yeah, that's fine. And so BFB is complete. Let's continue to post-split BFB. After the split, the two teams, the have-nots and the have-cots, were formed. The teams are based off the warm and cold sides of the color wheel, with the warm team having shades of red and the cold team being more blue. The cold have-nots are missing a yellow character, and the warm have-nots are missing a purple character. So for that reason, I created Honey for the have-cots, and for the have-nots, I created Thread. But we do have one more team in BFB Post-Split. The Newbie Alliance is next. Since Post-Split is all about colors, by looking at the Newbie Alliance color scheme, according to the color wheel, the next color in line has to be yellow. Even if we bring the unofficial Newbie Alliance members, it's still only yellow left. This character should also be edible, because all of the characters are digestible. So taking all of that into account, I created Starfoot. Now that we're done with BFB, let's move on to Teapot. Starting off with the strongest team on earth. After basketball, Grassy, and Robot Flower split up from golf ball, basketball says,
First time on a team with no other balls!
Well, Eggy looks kinda like a ball.
Created Starfoot. Now that we're done with the BFDI teams are iconic. What makes these teams so great is how the characters combine with each other. Some teams thrive on friendship, some on hatred, some on balls. But what if these teams had more members? In this video, I'm gonna be creating characters that the BFDI teams are iconic. What makes these teams so great is how the characters combine with each other. Some teams thrive on friendship, some on hatred, some on balls. But what if these teams had more members? In this video, I'm gonna be creating characters that would fit in every single team. If you're still confused, let's just get straight into it. Let's start off with the two original BFDI teams, the Squishy Cherries and the Squashy Grapes. We can separate the 20 original contestants into two general groups, household objects, like pin, pencil and spongy, and the elementals, fire, earth, water and air. And because the leaders of both teams fit into each separate group,
What year was this? Like freshman year?
2007, freshman year.
So I come in from winter break. I open the door and, Bob's there, and I'm just like, let's loft the beds. Like, I don't think I said hello first. I think I walked in the door and was like, you want to loft? You want to put the beds in on top? Bunk them? You want to bunk the beds?
Well, we'd have so much more room for activities that way.
I know. God, that movie hadn't even come out.
I know. That's exactly what we were doing. We wanted room for activities.
Like, we need more space for when people come over, when we have all these parties.
Obviously. We're cool guys.
You guys throw a lot of parties after this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
God, we definitely threw at least one.
we did throw one. God. Great. I can't wait to hear how worth it this was.
So Mark enters, and so our current setup, we basically split the room in half, right? But it's not that big of a room. Like, if we were standing shoulder to shoulder, we'd probably take up the whole width of the center of that room.
Yeah.
So, if you bunk one bed on top of the other, you get like a quarter of the room. But the way the beds are supposed to go together when you bunk them, you're supposed to, one, lower the height of the bed that goes on top, because when they're on the floor, the bed is like all the way up on the highest setting it can go, right? So you can put stuff under it.
Okay.
But if you leave it like that and then put it on top of another bed, there's like maybe a foot between the bed and the ceiling.
Yeah, really, like legitimately.
So you're supposed to change that, but that required like tools or, I don't know, knowledge. We didn't know how to do that, so we didn't do that.
Of course not.
So we're looking at this and we're like, yeah, I don't think we need, we can't adjust your bed. I think, and Mark is like, that's fine. I'll sleep up high. Good air up high. It'll be fine.
Good air.
Like, we get past that hurdle. The other thing about this is, other than the fact that you're supposed to, one, ask for permission, and two, ask for help from adults, there's supposed to be a thick metal pin in
What year was this? Like freshman year?
to the bed and the ceiling. Pin in each of the four legs that lock it in place so that they can't slip off. That seems crucially important,
Sure
right?
does.
And then we're looking and we're like, all right, metal pins. We don't have metal pins. And I don't know, I think it was you, Mark. I gotta give credit where it's due. We're sitting there like brainstorming, and Mark like goes into his wardrobe and turns back to me with a pair of scissors and a plastic clothes hanger. And is like, if we just snip this straight part of this clothes hanger, it's like metal pins.
It was the perfect size. It fit perfectly.
It was the right diameter. It has, I'm pretty sure, plastic clothes hangers you can snap with your bare hands have the same tensile and shear strength as metal pins. So like, yeah, he looks at me, and of course he holds up the scissors and then the thing, and I look at him and I'm like, perfect. How big do you think they need to be? Let's do this. No hesitation at all.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh. And my favorite part of this whole thing, we eyeball them to the same-ish length, set them all in. We hoist the bed up really precariously, set it on the pins. One of the four pins was like half an inch longer than the other ones, and it was half an inch too long.
Yep.
So the bed, the weight of that corner of Mark's bunked bed, which is now like 10 feet off the ground, the weight of that bed is sitting on the plastic clothes hanger. And we sort of like, I don't remember the conversation, but we looked at it for maybe a second, like 10 seconds total. And then Mark was just like, fuck it.
Of course. Yeah.
And just climbed up. And so for the entire rest of that school year, Mark's bunk bed, 1/4 of the legs was supported by like a 1/4 inch thick piece of plastic.
You should be fucking dead.
Okay, so suffice it to say, finally, we learn that we're going to get a refrigerator. It's going to come. It's going to come 9 days after it was initially supposed to be there. Whatever. But fine. Like, you know what? Fine. It's not like we needed it right away. It's just a refrigerator. And this morning, I was literally on a call with you guys. We were getting ready to do exactly what we're doing right now. And my phone starts ringing. It's the delivery guys. And I pick it up and he's like, we'll be there in 10 minutes. And I'm like, why did the system tell me 11 to 3 then? And he's like, I don't know, sir. We're on our way. And I'm like, this is incredibly inconvenient. Can you come at the time that you're scheduled? And he was like, nope, we're on our way. And I literally, to you guys, I was like, okay, I gotta go, I guess. We'll do this later, right? Okay, bye. Schedules are for nerds. So that's how it starts. And they show up there, and I'm like, okay, so we already tried to deliver this. You guys can't come in through the front. There's a door that it won't fit through. So you kind of have to go around back. I'll show you. And he's like, what do you mean we can't come in through the front? And I'm like, ooh. I mean, we've been here. I'm just saving you some time. It won't fit. And he's like, nah, let me measure it. And like, fine. But also, like, fuck you. Like, goddamn. So he comes in and he looks and he measures the little door into the kitchen. And he looks at me. He's like, oh, yeah, it's definitely not going to fit through here. And I look at him and I'm like, do you want to see the side yard? And so we have a fridge in there and it already has a water line because it has an ice maker. There's supposed to be some kind of shutoff. These guys cannot find the shutoff to the water line. And he looks at me and he's like, there should be a shutoff. You should know where that is. I'm like, bro, I just fucking bought this house. Can you call the previous homeowner? Like, yeah, let me call her up. We're buddies. I bought her house and now we get dinner every 2 weeks. Obviously. God. So he just unhooks the water and the water's just like spray, and he just kinks the line real quick. Like he unhooks it and he holds it up to me and is like, I'm gonna need you to hold this so we can finish. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Do this, get that fucking thing out of here, bring the other one in here, let's do this. And so I'm standing in my own kitchen holding a water line. There's a front window in the kitchen, so I can see they bring the old one out. I see them go out to the front where their truck is, and then I see them with the new refrigerator, and they bring it around, and so I know they're like on the way. And I'm just standing there, and I just hear from the backyard like, kerchink, whoosh, and then one guy goes, oh shit. And they just start rushing around, and I walk out there, and there's water is erupting up out of the ground like a geyser has started gushing. I don't know what has happened. Apparently, what genius number 2 did is they had the fridge on a dolly and there was a bush. And apparently it just fucking destroyed this bush. But also inside this bush is a PVC pipe coming out of the ground that's part of like the irrigation system. What he did was he dragged the fridge right through the bush and snapped off the fucking PVC pipe. And what they were doing is one of them was standing there staring, like thinking, and the other one had the broken off PVC pipe. It was trying to like jam it back on, like it was just gonna slip right back on. And like they looked over at me and were like, apparently the guy who was standing there watching is the one who did it. And he looked at me and he was like, I can't believe that pipe was in there. It was hidden in there. And it's an accident, you know? And like, it's not like it's a little flower or something you could like, ooh, push it over and scoot. It's a big fucking bush. To get the thing through where he got it through, he literally had to pull it up to that gap and it stopped. And he was like, ooh, this bush is in the way. And he was just like, no, it's not. Let's go. God. Oh. Oh. I don't know what led them to that action, but there's no version of that that's not just so fucking stupid that it makes me unbelievably angry. Finally, I'm like, we need to shut the water off to the house. The guy who seemed to be in charge of this was like, right, the water main. And he handed me the pipe and was like, hold this on there. And I'm standing here like, this doesn't seem like how you install a fridge.
What year was this? Like freshman year?
2007, freshman year.
So I come in from winter break. I open the door and, you know, Bob's there. And I'm just like, let's loft the beds. Like, I don't think I said hello first. I think I, like, walked in the door and was like, you want to loft? You want to put the beds in on top? Bunk them? You want to bunk the beds?
Well, we'd have so much more room for activities that way.
I know. God, that movie hadn't even come out.
I know. That's exactly what we were doing. We wanted room for activities.
Like, we need more space for when people come over. When we have all these parties.
Obviously. We're cool guys.
You guys throw a lot of parties after this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
God,
we definitely threw at least one.
we did throw one. God. Like, we need more space for when people come over, when we have all these parties.
Obviously. We're cool guys.
You guys throw a lot of parties after this?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure. Yeah.
God,
We definitely
that leads
threw
into
at least
so many-
one.
We did throw one. God. Like, we need more space for when people come over, when we have all these parties.
Okay, so suffice it to say, finally, we learn.
Basketball, believe it or not, was in What? You okay? So, 15 people can be on a basketball team. Only 13 are able to dress for the actual participating in the game.
What
in college
happens to the
basketball.
other two?
They basically sit on the bench, not dressed in uniform. and
Why'd they even show
support.
up?
It's for injuries, because they could get injured, then you can
Well,
activate
then they gotta
them.
go get dressed. Why not let them at least dress?
They can't dress during that game, so they're dressed.
Well, then what do they do?
They cheerlead. They support their team. They get up and make sure that the star players have a warm seat. I don't know.
Oh,
sit
do
there.
they go get the water? Oh, no.
No,
do
they
get
have
a
trainers
towel?
for that game. It's called They Don't
Then
Dress.
why show up? Go home. take a
Support your
nap.
team.
All right, continue on.
All right, so there's 5 players on the court at one time. The general positions in basketball, you have your guards.
There are positions.
There are positions in basketball.
What?
Then you have your forwards, which is more of the position that I played when I played basketball. And then you have your center. Your center is like your big, tall, big guy. Like, think of Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm thinking about him all the time, man. You don't even need to tell me to think about Shaquille O'Neal. He's in the back of my mind.
But
every
you
day
know
of
who
my
Shaq
life.
is.
Yes, I know. Why are
Okay.
you looking at me like that? I know.
So Shaq is a big guy. He's like 7 foot tall. He's got enormous feet. Like, that's your stereotypical center.
They gotta have big feet. That's like a requirement.
Usually when you're tall, you have big feet.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's correlated. They don't say that about big feet. They say other things about big feet. Oh, yeah.
Listen, what size is your shoe?
Mine's like a 10 and a half.
Yeah, I'm a 12. I'm taller.
What are you trying to say, man? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I'm taller. What are you I got bigger socks. My feet are longer.
Hey, socks are in categories. One size fits most. You get 12. We wear the same socks. We are the same.
It's 9 to 12, and then there's a 13 plus.
Well, you're not 13 plus.
Yeah, but sometimes I buy 13 plus
Just to make
because-
yourself feel better about yourself.
No,
Oh,
because
my
sometimes the other
wingspan
ones are too-
requires me to have 13 socks.
Sometimes they're too small if they're on the smaller end. They squeeze my feet.
Squeeze your feet. They have compression. It's good for you.
You're not wrong. So we're gonna start at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
Beginning of the game, you got 5 people on the court. You got your 2
Already?
guards.
Where'd they come from?
Oh, they came from the bench. They came from
how'd
the
they
school.
Get to the bench.
They came from the locker room.
The locker room. Okay, how'd they get to the locker room?
They were birthed by their mother.
My
And they
son
grew up.
shall play basketball. I need to birth them in this locker room. Everybody get out. I'm making the next NBA All-Star. Don't look at me. Don't look.
That's the wimpiest wham.
Now, the real question, the reason people have been listening at home.
Yeah.
If someone was able to jump from the three-point line and dunk it, would it count as a
Yes.
three? Okay. All right. So I'm going to call this the fishbach maneuver. It's where you jump and then clamber over all the tall people. Your feet don't touch the ground. It's not against the rules. You climb on their back, you jump on like a monkey. And then I use it like Mario. I wall bounce off of it to the next giant player there, like Shadow of the Colossus style. And then I climb up them and then I slam it in the hoop.
I'm pretty
3
sure.
points, baby!
I'm pretty sure, much like football, you can't use another player to launch off of for basketball.
Oh, that was fishbach maneuver point 2. 2 other guys throw me up into the basket.
Man, there's a lot of things I haven't explained about basketball, about the personal fouls.
It's nothing.
So the basis understanding of American football, there are 2 teams. You have 11 players on either side. There are 3 phases of football. You have your offense, you have your defense, and you have special teams.
But there's 2 teams.
There's 2 teams, each have 3 phases.
3 phases.
It's so during competition, one team fields offense, one team fields
And then
defense.
there's a third team waiting behind the stands, ready to ambush the other team.
No.
The special ops. Like special ops? Special teams?
Special teams You could equate that to special ops.
They murder them.
So your offense comes out on the field. You have 5 offensive linemen,
5,
a quarterback, a running back, a tight end, and then you'll have 3 receivers.
3 receivers. That's 11.
You're good at math.
Thank you.
They can run the ball, which the quarterback will receive the ball from the center via a snap between the legs.
Okay. Could you just keep snapping it forever? Could you make like a chain of 11 people and they all snap it between their legs all the way back to the quarterback?
I mean, you could, but you probably would lose.
Or it's a trick. They're so confused.
The
They don't
defense
know
would
what
just
they're
tackle
doing.
everyone.
No, that's 11 in a row. You're going to get through 11 people? No one's strong
You have
enough.
11 people on defense.
Yeah, but they're in a row, so they hide their numbers. What's stopping the football players from stacking on each other's shoulders to get
Rules.
over defenders? Oh, someone tried that. So
Yes,
they made a rule
there's
for that.
technically a rule in the NFL where you cannot utilize another player to launch yourself.
But it would be sick as hell, though. What about 2 people heave-hoeing someone?
That's again launching.
But that's using 2 people.
Doesn't matter, it's still launching.
Okay, all right. What?
Generally speaking, you will see that kind of offense.
Snap.
They'll snap the ball to the quarterback, and the quarterback can do one of 2 things.
Is he called the quarterback because there are 4 of them?
No.
Oh.
There's technically a halfback as well.
What is that? What?
That's that traditionally now.
2
nowadays it's
quarterbacks
called the
on
running
top.
back.
Toads super chatted
It's
$4.99. Steak, can you put my channel link in chat? I got your message and I, romantic face, loved it. Thank you so much. No egg, you're the best, and thank you for the wishes.
Thank you, Awake of the Woods. Guys, as you can see by my outfit, I'm going to jail. Ladies and gentlemen, the police have come for me. Unfortunately, this may be the last stream that I am ever going to do. Now, you probably have seen this picture surfacing in many different places.
Grimbus
and,
super
I just
chatted
want to-
$2.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to Levitation Simulator in what is probably 3 simulator games because I'm too lazy to do them one at a time, or I'm too productive. Whichever one makes me look better. Lixie and make me look good.